मुमकिन हो ना हो, लेकिन टाटा कैपिटल फ्लेक्सी प्लस लोन्स के साथ चुनिए अपना टेन्योर, लीजिए ओवरड्राफ्ट के फायदे, पाइए स्टेप अप पेमेंट के ऑप्शंस। टाटा कैपिटल, काउंट ऑन अस। तो इंडिया
अब अपने मन की करो।
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day 3 of the 20th NatCon 2022 right here at Yas Island, Abu Dhabi. This NatCon is supported by the best in real estate sector, our crown partner KNS Manufacturers, co-host Broker Network, grand partner Jacwa Group, housing finance partner Tata Capital Housing Finance, Lanyard partner Dorset Industries Dorset Group, virtual technology partner Converse Spaces, ERP partner Fair Vision ERP, lunch and amenity partner Champion Infratech, tea and cookie partner Eco Venture Private Limited, banking partner State Bank of India, associate partner Deconic Profile India, Lubrizol Advanced Materials India Private Limited, HOHM by Polycab, knowledge partner Scholars India, JLL India, Anurag Group. A special thank you to our Department of Culture and Tourism, Abu Dhabi and Miral. All right, good morning everyone. How are we doing? No good morning. How are you, madam? You're looking very beautiful, very fresh. It's good to see fresh people here. Hi everyone. Let me check how we're doing. Good. I know it's too early in the morning. It's so early in the morning, I said good afternoon in the beginning. So sorry about that. How are you doing on this side? Should we ask, how's the Josh? Or it's too early to show Josh? How's the Josh? How's the Josh? This side is high. How's the Josh this side? This side actually, let me say, is one of my favorite sides because they make a lot of noise. So let's show them how it's done. Come on, make some noise. Come on, bring it up. Let's start cheering. Let's start cheering. Let's start cheering. Beautiful, beautiful. Almost there. Almost there. All right, once again, I would like to officially welcome you to day 3. And before we begin this, let's take a moment to say thank you to all. Let's give all our sponsors and support partners a round of applause for being with us through the days. And of course, this would not be possible without each one of you. So let's give all of you amazing people a round of applause as well. Thank you so much for being so patient and such an amazing crowd for all our speakers. Let's begin with introducing our associate partner, Deconic Profiles India, a Belgium-based company established in 1937, currently world's #2 manufacturer of UPVC profiles of doors and windows with 85 years history of producing high-quality systems. Deconic is a true specialist in compound technology, development, extrusion, finishing and recycling. Of course, for further assistance, we have Mr. Dev Chandwani, our business unit director, to help you and assist you over more guidance. So let's give our associate sponsor, Deconic, a round of applause. Let's begin afternoon with our broker network, AV. Can we please have the AV?
Managing Director of Royal Green Realty. Associated with Broker Network since August 2022 for our recent project, Commercial Courtyard 62 in Gurgaon. We got a good footfall, their working style is good, and I recommend Broker Network for all of you in future. Thank you.
Hey guys, this is Ajay Sharma, Chief Sales Officer for Shapoorji Pallonji. It is good times ahead for real estate. 5x, and thanks to all our partners, especially Broker Network, help us achieve that. All the best. Have fun.
I'm Owen, and we have recently done an association with Broker Network. We actually managed to get a lot of footfall for a new product that we've launched India's first intergenerational community, and we look forward to doing more business with Broker Network for sure. Thank you.
All right, and of course, Commerce has launched the first ever metaverse experience in Indian real estate for CREDAI. It's called CREDAI Verse, and it has been helping real estate developers across India to create their digital content and have exciting products to show to our members. Of course, what you can do is visit their stall to know more about it. All right, let's begin our morning inviting on stage our associate partner, Far Vision. Can I please request Mr. Alok Agarwal, founder of Far Vision ERP, our ERP partner. Sir, can we please have you on stage? तालियां बजा दीजिए, please. तालियां बजाने में कंजूसी नहीं करनी आज. All right, we got some amazing things lined up for you. So everybody who comes up here, speaker, moderator, we got to show them a lot of love by cheering for them. So please, कंजूसी मत कीजिए. Give them a round of applause. Thank you so much. Can we please have the AV and the podium icon?
Everyone is here to create. Everyone wants to be a leader. If you want to do something the right way in this complex technology-enabled world, then you must choose a leader. A leader specializing in ERP for real estate. Far Vision. At Far Vision, we use the latest technology to get the best productivity and performance. Our domain expertise in real estate enables us to solve interdepartmental overlaps. It improves the CRM in your organization by using cutting-edge technology to keep winning customers and keeping them happy. See improvement in the working of the engineering by ensuring complete project lifecycle management from budgeting, planning, indenting, procurement, delivery, quality control, completion and certification. It is designed understanding every single need of real estate domain. Far Vision.
Please look PT. Good morning, everybody. It's great to be here after 3 years. We've been sponsors with CREDAI for the last decade now, and I've seen this grow from strength to strength. Thank you, CREDAI. Thank you all the people who've supported us. As an organization, we focus on an end-to-end product for real estate companies, which means that the finance, the materials, the engineering, the CRM, payroll, and all the related functions that come within an ERP are within a business, are completely on one product or one platform, as we like to call it. So as you've seen in our stall also, we are now the backbone of a lot of real estate companies. At present, we've crossed nearly 700 developers across the country in 28 cities in India. This has given us a lot of strength by completely focusing R&D on one area alone, real estate. All our eggs are in one basket, and we've learned by being in one basket is that we have to survive just like you. And to survive just like you, to constantly innovate and make sure that our product stays relevant. I see a lot of clients here today, Mr. Patodia, Mr. Sushil Mohta. There's so many clients from all over the country who are there from where we started and to where we are today, Mr. Dhaval Ajmera. So all of these people are clients of ours, Ganesh Housing, we see. All of these clients of ours have made us what we are today. So what we've done with the product today is one of the most important things is that we've kept it relevant. We've constantly innovated And we've tried to make sure that we give you the latest in technologies. Today, of course, the most important thing is about being able to be capable on mobile technologies. And so we've put in a lot of effort making our product relevant to people with mobility. We've also done a lot of integration with a lot of vendors, which means whether it's on the net banking side, whether it's on inward remittances, outward remittances, whether it's in terms of hardware with biometric, with way bridges, with batching plants. We're doing all kinds of integration so that the scope of the ERP is not limited only to your back office, but continues to every aspect of your business that is being touched. We've also invested heavily into making sure that the communication system that is happening can be done. So WhatsApp today is an important part, or chatbots, etc. All of these are very, very important communication tools. Now, to integrate your product with these tools, it makes sure that the communication that's happening from FarVision goes out to the various companies, to the various people, completely from the product. It's not being done separately. And that itself gives you the strength of being able to reduce your costs and do work on time. Because you may have a vision, but the backbone is still needed to make it happen. And this is where we come in terms of our product and to make this happen. We've also created a lot of integrations with different kinds of hardware devices and security. We've created a very strong cloud platform which is extremely secure, and that ensures that our product is available to you 24/7. It's not limited to your office working. It's not limited to whether the electricity is there or not. Everything is completely online 24/7. So the availability plays a very important role for our product. We've also made sure that the extension of our usage to various departments outside the company, whether it is a vendor. So we now have portals for your suppliers, for your contractors, for your brokers, for everyone who is in touch with your organization, not directly sitting in your office, but could be anywhere. And because it's the extension of the scope is outside your physical office premises, you can collaborate with them, whether it's your architects, whether it's anybody who has any business to do with your organization eventually, it should be done electronically. And that's an extremely important role to play for our organization, because that is the most critical thing that our business is needed for the business today, is the ability to communicate. One of the extensions that we've done in this area alone is how we can ensure that the entire customer journey becomes more relevant, whether it's in terms of doing bookings online, payments online, and making inventory available online. So all your customers sitting in various parts of the world or country can do the entire journey without physically having to come there, talk to you. They can do all of that completely at any point of time, and that makes it extremely important and relevant, because today we want the ability of having transparency, as well as the ability to see and do transactions real time without a middleman, right? Because they know that whenever there's somebody in the middle, there is a possibility of delay or some other practices that may come up. This is where we can reduce the interaction between the people and bring the customer on the forefront. The apps today that we've created are extremely powerful. These apps ensure that as an organization, your people can do not only approvals on workflows, they can do transactions. That means if it's your sales team, we know where they are in the physical marketplace. If it is, for example, if it is a broker and he wants to register a lead, he can do it on the phone. If it's an employee and he wants to use facial recognition to log in and do his attendance, he can do it from anywhere. So these are all various ways in which a company can completely interact with you real time on the phone and not have to come to an application, a desktop. So from any device he can work, whether it's a kiosk, where all of these things makes it very easy to build that interaction. We've also tried to make sure that the entire task management is completely onboarded, right? So we are trying to make sure that whenever there's an event that happens in an organization, that event triggers other tasks and checklists. And these checklists, whether it's in terms of quality, whether it's in terms of something to be done, can be done online and real time. And when it's being done online in real time, it ensures that you are aware of what's happening in your organization and you can be more hands-on. And as your businesses grows, you do not necessarily have to add as many experienced people, because that's what's really difficult to get. So with this, you'll be able to ensure that the people in your organization are completely with you, and their information that what they are doing or not doing, for example, will be readily available to you on the phone at any point of time, again 24/7. I would like to finally, there are a number of applications, and because of time limitations, I will not have time to talk about all of them, right? But I would like to leave you with one important factor that, the ERP is something that's is continuously evolving, and because it's continuously evolving, it ensures that for you to be able to utilize it, you have to constantly reinvest your time and your senior people's effort into making it happen. It's when the senior people get actively involved, that's when benefit comes in. It's not something that it's easily just delegate, but it's also where you use it as a tool to do decisions, right? Thank you very much. Thank you, CREDAI, for bringing us here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, moving on very quickly to our first session. All right. Well, our first session is going to be something which will be very, very interesting. For this session, I would request, if you can try, please keep your phones aside, because our next session is about wellness and beyond. And for that, I would like to call on stage our moderator, our dear co-chairman CREDAI, Mr. Dhaval Ajmera. Mr. Dhaval, can we please have you on stage? आप लोग भूल गए तालियां बजाना? There you go, sir. There you go. And our speaker, of course, somebody who needs no introduction, but somebody who's inspired me personally as well. So it's an absolute honor to invite Mr. Luke Coutinho, integrative lifestyle medicine and life coaching expert, practices in the field of holistic nutrition, and he is the champion for lifestyle and wellness for PM Narendra Modi's Fit India movement. So give him a huge round of applause. Come on, CREDAI NATCON, show him the Nat love. Give him a round of applause.
Good morning, sir. It is an absolute honor. I think my personal, I would say, follower for you to moderate you in such a big forum and to know more about health and wellness, which I think is the most important part of today's lifestyle and world. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, Mr. Luke Coutinho is a wellness expert who has been changed the lifestyle about, there is no wrong or right for medicine, but how do you live a better lifestyle with all us as realist developers who have a certain, lot of stress, lot of work, but how can we still manage, grow in our business and make our own lifestyle better? So it's going to be a very interesting session. Sir, I've been following you on Instagram, 500,000 plus followers, and amazing lifestyle tips we get, especially during COVID, when we saw that every day was a stress, every day whether am I going to live, am I going to stay? So I want to know about your core about wellness, the 5 pillars. I don't want to say, I think I would like you to please explain the audience.
For having me, everyone. Today, when we look at our career, we look at business, we look at family, we look at relationships, nothing's possible without health. We understand it's the biggest wealth. We keep hearing this, but we get caught up in our day-to-day business. We get caught up in life. My main expertise is with cancer patients. We look at end-of-life stage patients. All my learnings come from sickness. Everything that I share every day are the mistakes that my patients have made over the years that has led them to disease. And of course, some are genetic cases. You can't do anything. If the gene is in you and you have a poor lifestyle, it can express itself into disease. So when we look at integrative and lifestyle medicine, which is the field of medicine that I practice, it is not alternative medicine. We have allopathy, but we also have lifestyle. If you look at today's medical conditions in our country and India, top 3 diseases in our country, anyone? Absolutely. Diabetes, cardiovascular, and cancer. In a country where we have access to great food, different forms of medicine, we have medical infrastructure. Why is India stuck in chronic sickness? What is chronic sickness? People who are constantly on medication. You start off with, then you're in the second and the third. So by the time you're 60, 70, 80, you have 7 medicines that you're on. The medicines keep your blood work looking good, but you still have the condition. The point is, in integrative medicine, you have the root cause of why you're sick. There's nothing wrong with allopathy. Allopathy is people misuse it. They overdo it. They self-medicate, or they take medicine without changing their lifestyle. Let me give you a simple example. You have a headache, you take a medicine. You have acidity, you take an antacid. You keep taking it. It's okay, your doctor will prescribe it to you, or sometimes you self-medicate. Now, if you can identify the root cause, why do you have a headache? You're sleep deprived, you're dehydrated, you have low vitamin B12 levels, or why are you acidic? You eat at different times, you eat late night meals, you eat too fast, you eat when you're stressed. Now, if I address these root causes, I sleep better. I start to meal timings perfect. I start to slow down and eat, hydrate. The headaches reduce, the acidity reduces. Do you still need the medication? No, it reduces. So integrative and lifestyle medicine addresses the root cause of your problem, whether it's a pimple on your face or a cancer. Now, there are 5 pillars that make up integrative and lifestyle medicine. One is nutrition. We're talking about fad diets. In fact, fad diets make you sicker. It's the kind of food your body type needs. Everyone in this room is unique. Some of you will have carb-efficient bodies. Some of you will have fat-efficient bodies. Some of you, carbs will suit you in the morning. Some of you will suit you at night. So we can't look at social media and just say, carbs is the enemy, or everyone needs protein. It depends on you, your lifestyle, your genetics, how much you exercise, how much you work every day. So that's the first pillar. Suits you, quality, at the right time. The second pillar is movement. I'm not even using the word exercise, because a lot of people, they don't like the word exercise. I'm talking about movement. How active can you be? Are you flexible? Does your back pain every time you sit? Stand up? Do you wake up with a stiff body? What is your body trying to tell you? That you need more movement. An exercise program is not just about walking, lifting weights, or running. It's about improving flexibility, strength, cardiovascular capacity, endurance. So a workout program, can it give you all of these things? You don't have to go to a gym. You can use your body weight. You can do 1 day of yoga. You can do 1 day of weight training. It's up to you what suits your body type. But the heart has to be elevated to work. That is exercise. The third pillar is sleep. One of the most important things. India is one of the most sleep-deprived countries. It doesn't matter how well you eat, how much you exercise, but if you are sleep-deprived, you have a problem in your body. Sleep is the magic medicine where all the healing happens. That's why when you fall sick, the body slows you down. You want to rest. You want to take it easy. That's the natural mechanism. But we have to work, so we pop a quick pill and we go back. And that's why the body doesn't heal. Sleep is where happens, repair happens, rejuvenation, hormonal balance. All of these things happen in the presence of sleep. There is no medicine for that. Sleep is that medicine. The fourth pillar is your emotional wellness. We talk about stress, emotional negativity, anger. All of you are in a field where there is uncertainty and there's always going to be stress. But does it mean it's impossible to improve? Absolutely not. We're going to talk about that pillar a little later. And the fifth pillar is your spirit. I'm not talking about religion. I'm not talking about spirituality. Your spirit is, when you are aligned with your spirit, you feel fulfilled in life. When we're not aligned, we're constantly chasing more and more. Nothing is ever enough. And because nothing is never enough, we build our own stresses and suffering. We burn out ourselves, and that's how we also get sick. So these are the 5 fundamentals. You put them together, whether it's a cancer, whether it's a pimple on your face, this is the basis of integrative medicine.
Wow. I think most of us,
Thank you.
I think most of us over probably those 5 pillars, maybe, I don't think any one of us honestly would be following it to the T, but I'm sure this is where our wellness and health lies. Luke, tell me something. Why integrated medicine? What was the thought? I mean, it's so different. Someone becomes a doctor, someone is a dietitian, someone is a psychopath, whatever. But why integrated medicine? What was the thought which made you take up this kind of a profession, or something to look after this?
So about 10 years ago, I had the choice between nutrition and medicine. So when I moved to the US, I got introduced at Yale to a new subject called integrative medicine. I didn't want to be the person just giving a medicine for a symptom. I found that too boring, although it's a noble profession. At the same time, I didn't believe nutrition alone could fix the health problems that exist in society. So I chose integrative medicine, where you have the patient and you have different forms of medicine and lifestyle. What is the best for that patient is what matters. Because the world is sick today because they've tried to put everyone into a box. Diabetes, take sugar medicine. Cancer, take a chemotherapy. It may be right, but what about your lifestyle? What about getting the basics right? All of you in the field of real estate understand one thing. If the fundamentals are not right, your project cannot work. You can bring in complex AI, technology, all of that. But if the fundamentals are wrong, your construction, your plan cannot work. It's the same thing with integrative medicine. Today, every human is chasing complication. We want more complicated ways to get better. We want to fly our family members to the US for treatment, to different countries, which is okay. But if your fundamentals are not right, what's the point? You fly, spend a lot of money, get the treatment, come back to a lifestyle that was the cause of your condition. And now it becomes a vicious cycle with disappointment, frustration, business. So integrative medicine, I felt, was more, I get bored very easily. So I like things which intrigue me, that makes me think about a particular case, and that's why I selected this field.
Wow. So very right. I think, we as developers, and as you said, many patients, they solve the problem. They probably think the problem is solved, but unless it is gone through the root cause or you've maintained it, I don't think that completes your entire health. So I think similarly is the health. I may have an acidity, I may take a medicine and move off, right, but probably it will still recur again if I don't go to the root cause. So is it very, how today, with the kind we as real estate developers have so much of things to look after. Like we as developers, honestly, all of us will be an architect, engineer, everything. We may not have practiced professionally, but there are so much of last moment or last mile issues which come in. Some is a finance issue, some is a site issue, some may be, stop work where the work just suddenly stops without no reason of yours. It's so much of stress, so much of pressure. How does one really, ensure that, while we are entrepreneurs, while we are the owners, we need to take care of all our, people. Unless or we as developers are not well, fit, I don't think we'll be able to run the organization well. How do you, guide us to make sure that we are stable, we are maintained well with our health, and what is it that we should daily practice?
This is a great question. So your line of work, like I said, comes with its own stress and uncertainty. Let me give you an example. Okay, when we consult with brigadiers in the army, sergeants in the army, soldiers in the army, there's one concept that all of us apply to our life, learning from them. It doesn't matter what field of work we have. You have the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. And on the other side, you have an enemy which is constantly getting stronger and smarter. When you look at soldiers in the Army, they're trained on how to handle stress. You'll never see them chaotic, emotional, even though they live in uncertainty. That enemy can attack anytime, and you don't know what weapons they have, how smarter they are, and what intel they have. Pretty much the same as our day-to-day lives. You don't know when the government will come up with a new rule, when finances may go down, and all of that. But the context is the same, perception. I don't want to preach to you about doing more meditation, do more chanting and deep breathing. Great, but when you're finished with that, your problems are still there. Meditation is great to give us clarity of thought, to see problems different. Strength, not to get attached to them emotionally. So what are soldiers taught in the army? One, how are you always grounded mindfully? To know what you can control and what is out of your control. Today, most people's stress and suffering is the want to be in control, even of the things that are out of control. If something is in control, give your 500%, do what you need. If something is out of control, there is nothing you can do. You can accept, you can let go, you can build contingency plans, but you cannot be emotionally attached to it. The second thing, before someone joins the army, they're already prepared that they're getting into a line, a service, which is uncertain, which will have so many stresses. You are already in that line. You've already learned from your fathers and your generation that this is a stressful line. How do we enter it with an understanding that this is what I'm getting into? This is what I can control, what I cannot control. The problem is when we're emotionally attached to something that's happening. Why does that cause us stress? Because it involves the ego and pride. Our ego always wants us to be correct. It will make you behave in a way that you are right. That's the ego. But when we look below the ego, that is where we find our peace. It's very simple. If you are trying to control things that are not controllable. So there's a new government rule, for example, okay? It's not you facing it, it's everyone in this room. Everyone. Now, what can you do? What are the actions you can take? That's all. You cannot lose sleep over that. It'll trouble you, but you have to understand all of us in this room have an X amount of energy. It is up to us where we want to channel that energy. Can we channel it into things that we can do rather than emotionally waste it? Another point I want to share about stress is actually most people in life don't have stress. They don't have stress. They have something or someone that they are resisting. Anything in life or anyone that you resist becomes your stress and your suffering. Now think about it. Any stress that you currently have, ask yourself, what or whom am I resisting? You'll find your answer. And you have to drop the resistance. It doesn't mean you have to accept everything. You drop the resistance of the things you cannot control. And that is your peace, because there's nothing else you can do. Also, the words that we use, we label the industry as very stressful. So every day, we're setting a subconscious message to our mind that I'm in a stressful role of life. We need to change that. I'm in a profession, it has stress, and it also has good things. But if I create that mindset all the time that my job is stressful, that's exactly how we're going to feel.
Wow, so well said. I think that's the most key, that, you know, every day we've been just told that, yes, stress hai, this is a problem. Road builders have a problem every day. But I think unless and until we all don't stay positive, things won't move ahead. So, Luke, taking this question ahead, I would like to know that, you know, we all say that, okay, probably every one of us, meko stress nahi hai, but I still, you know, subconsciously, there will be some issue coming in for my health, wellness. How do I make sure that, you know, just to give you a small example, that if I have to, you know, as you said, exercise, good sleep, eat, I think including me, many of us may not be following it to the T, but how do I make this as the most important thing? Tomorrow, if an officer calls me that, you know, please come, I have to discuss about something, I'll leave everything and jump and go. But probably if there is something same to my own health or wellness, that will be a priority, but not to the, you know, the T, because there my project is stuck, my money is stuck. Over here, I know it's good for my health, but it does not take it away. How do I make it, because it is mental wellness, how do I make it that I make this as a priority to the most? Like, what is it that I can make this as health as my priority better?
So the word motivation, anyone who relies on motivation to work out, eat better, to sleep on time, will never really achieve success. Motivation is people who have not yet decided that this is important for me. That's why we got to keep getting motivated all the time. We start, we stop. Again, I'm going to bring in the word perception. How many of you have children? A lot of you have children, right? Do I need to motivate you to love your children? No, right? You do it. Do I need to motivate you to grow your business? No, it's your business. You'll grow it, right? Why then can't we motivate ourselves to take care of our health? Priority. That's the word. The same things you do every day for your business. Your success is you have discipline and you have consistency. These are the two magic words that you now have to bring along with priority to your health. You can waste time trying to get motivated, watching video after video, and then you feel frustrated. Then you look for the next quick fix. A magic pill to help you lose weight, a magic pill to reverse your diabetes. It doesn't exist. It's all a matter of priority. How can I prioritize my work and my health and my happiness? Is it impossible? Absolutely not, because this room who I know are already doing it. So the point is priority. Now you may assume that I have 15 hours of work or 16. That's okay. You can still have 30 minutes for your exercise. You can still keep at least 6 to 7 hours for your sleep, 15 to 20 minutes for your prayer or meditation, and 15 minutes for your meals. 15 minutes is good enough for you to eat slowly and mindfully. So if you actually go back to making a timetable like we did in school, where you budget your time, most of you will find time wasters. We do this exercise with a lot of our billionaires who are super busy. We do this exercise with them, they have 4 to 5 hours extra. So you have 24 hours in a day, now budget. How much time for sleep, how much time for work, travel, family, and after a while you'll find there are 2, 3, 4 hours extra. Time wasters like scrolling mindlessly through social media, unnecessary phone calls, getting involved in things that are not your concern, non-mindfully watching television stuff, that's not really contributing to your life. You think it's entertaining you, but it isn't. Then you'll find 3, 4 hours extra. You see, the most valuable commodity on this planet, time. You can lose money, you can make money. You can lose your health, probably get it back. But every second is gone. You are never going to get it back. So once you have your place, then you say, wow, I have 3, 4 hours extra. Maybe I'm going to go half an hour earlier to bed. I'm going to add half an hour to my workout program. 1 hour for a hobby that makes me happy. It's all about planning. The same way you plan your business, plan your life.
Wow.
Thank you.
I think one takeaway we should take is, let's plan our time. I'm sure every one of us can take out 1 hour of exercise and, and have a healthy meal, which will make us all mentally fit and physically fit. Thank you, Luke. Luke, I want to take you to the most interesting thing, which I personally felt is, cancer remission. Just for everyone's knowledge, Luke has, reversed cancer, probably stopped cancer without, I'm sure chemo helps, but it has not spreaded or it has not repeated. So I think I would request you to please say, I think is the most important thing which I've really, I personally am inspired about.
So cancer is not really a disease. We need to understand that. Cancer is a metabolic breakdown of your cells. Anyone who has cancer, there's one thing we know for sure. That person's immune system failed. Otherwise, right now, all of us have cancer cells in us. All of us. But the moment they start behaving abnormally, our immune system wakes up, kills it, gets rid of it. That's it. But for someone who has a cancer, that immune system failed. The basis of what we do is not magic. We don't have a magic plan. We don't have a magic medicine. We look at the immune system. How can we make your immune system smarter? And how can we keep inflammation low? Because cancer is an inflammatory disease. Heart disease is an inflammatory disease, and so is diabetes, thyroid, and everything else. What does this mean? These diseases are caused by excessive inflammation in the body. Really look at cancer beyond what the media tells you, what you hear in society, the rumors that you hear. It's very simple, but it gets complicated because cancer cells can become smarter than your own immune system, and that's the problem. So when we have our success putting a patient in remission, making sure they don't get the cancer back, what are we doing? Immunity, inflammation. What is required for these two things to work? Nutrition, movement, quality sleep, emotional wellness, and how we feel inside. That is the basis for every disease. So when you look at nutrition, it's very scientific. Nutrition revolves around angiogenesis, DNA repair, stem cell regeneration, immunity, and the gut. So you just don't Google 10 foods great for cancer, 10 foods to grow my hair. It doesn't work because it's how well your gut's absorbing it, how much nutrition you need, how much of it is getting absorbed, how much of it is just passing out of our system, how clean our organs are, lungs working the right way. Everyone runs for detox programs and cleanses. They're useless, and I'll tell you why. Your body can't cleanse toxins. Toxins get stored in the fat of your body. And we don't need it. Oh, we can drink to feel lighter. We have 5 detox organs in the body, 5 eliminatory organs. If they're working perfectly, you will never have to do a detox plan. But if one of them is compromised, you're building up toxins. Which are these 5 organs? Your lungs, your liver, your kidney, your colon, and your skin. 5 eliminatory organs. So now if I'm constipated, I have 1 eliminatory organ that's blocked. I have a problem. I have an issue with my lungs. I have a problem. I can't expel toxins that I take in, pollutants that I take in. Liver, we all understand. Kidney, we all understand. So you see, these are 5 organs. Nature has built every system in us. We're just not using it the right way, or we go on compromising it every day. So no doctor, no nutritionist ever heals a patient. The human body heals. The doctors treat, the surgeons cut, we give nutrition, we give lifestyle medicine, prepare the environment for the intelligence within you. Only the intelligence in you heals you. It's as simple as that. So when we understand this, we now get inspired to keep the intelligence within me working for me. So we think everyone's health obsessed, trying to do more pumpkin seeds, more garlic, more turmeric, all of that stuff. But we know it's not working. If we keep the environment within us in a way that the intelligence requires it to be, rest, movement, the right nutrition and fuel, state of mind, because you know when you're unhappy and sad, how it makes you feel inside. Your body learns to look after you. That's how it's worked for generations and generations, decades and decades. Why should it change now? Because complication has a price. Instant gratification has a price, and we are consumers. We always want things fast. Here's fast food. Here's a drug that will be faster. Here's a magic shampoo that will make your hair grow. And we all know it doesn't work at the end of the day. So this is how cancers go into remission, diabetes reverses, thyroid problems go into remission, autoimmune conditions go in, by the simple understanding of the human body and doing what is right for the intelligence within you.
Super. Taking this, how do I really know? Because, as you rightly said that, on social media and generally you have that, probably you have this flax seed, you have, garlic seeds. It is better for your liver, for your stomach. It is better there's so many belly fats. And, I think 90% of us would want to look fit as you. But eventually we look at all the daily morning fads, have this, have that. But as you rightly said, it may not work for everyone. But how do I really know that this particular thing is working or this particular thing is not working?
So again, it's perception. I'm going to teach each of y'all to self-diagnose right now, okay? Because the point is, like I said, more garlic doesn't mean you're going to have better health. More exercise also doesn't mean that you're going to have the right amount for your body type. So a lot of people in the audience say, Luke, we struggle with belly fat, men and women. This, again, is an indicator of your health. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but your body is speaking to you. For men, if we have a lot of belly fat, okay, we're not working out, we're eating junk, you have your answer. But I'm working out, I'm eating well, but I still have belly fat. What is your body trying to tell you? Your testosterone levels are low. Now, if you have low testosterone, you may say, I don't care, I'm okay with a belly. Osteoporosis, low bone density, low libido, hair fall, a hormonal imbalance. Testosterone is a hormone. It controls mental fatigue, how well you handle stress. Soldiers have the highest levels of testosterone because when you have high testosterone, you can handle a lot of stress. If you are in this of work that has a lot of stress and will have more stress, there's only one way out. How do I make myself stronger, physically and mentally? If the enemy is getting stronger, I got to keep getting stronger as well. So your belly fat is an indicator of low testosterone, poor lifestyle, sleep deprivation, excessive smoking, buildup of toxins. So now this is a self-diagnosis. Don't feel bad. You can take actions, right? For women, belly fat is mainly a hormonal imbalance. Too much estrogen and very less testosterone. So they go to the gym, they're working out, but they're not losing weight. And what are the most common issues with women in our country? PCOS, endometriosis, ER-positive breast cancers, ovarian cancers, uterine cancers, early menopause. What do these diseases tell us? It's a hormonal imbalance caused by the same reasons. So now, do you think eating less food is going to help you or changing your lifestyle? If I can't touch my toes without bending my knees, your body's talking to you. It's telling you the health of your back. Because every human spine allows us a full movement to touch our toes. But if I can't, it's telling me my hamstrings are weak, my quads are tight, my calves are tight. What am I going to have? Problem. Now you go for physiotherapy, you take painkillers, but you're not addressing the cause of the problem, which is flexibility and movement. Knee problems. What's the biggest industry in our country right now? Knee replacement, hip replacement, right? The point is, most people's knees are getting weaker, D3 deficiency, osteoporosis, but because your calves are tight and your hamstrings are tight, what do you think it's pulling on? Your knee, the joint in between. So over time, I have these problems, and of course, knee replacements are valid when you have accidents or rehabilitation and stuff. It has its place in medicine. But today, oh, you have knee problem? Oh, come, let's do a replacement for you. And you think you're going to get better. So the whole point is self-diagnosis. If you're constantly acidic, bloated, your body is telling you, change the way you eat. So how do we know what to eat? By listening to the body. After a meal, your body is going to tell you whether the meal was right or wrong for you. If you feel tired after a meal, it was wrong for you. Too much carbs, wrong food, maybe you're intolerant to something. If you're bloated, your body's not digested well. If you're acidic, you either have too less acid or too much. So again, you suddenly have hair fall. You probably have an iron deficiency. You have normal body pains, low vitamin D3. So all I'm trying to say is, listen. When we've given our attention to social media and society that, oh, I had this problem, maybe you have it. No, you listen, you're different. Your body is telling you what is wrong with you, always. That's called the survival mechanism. And that's what doctors do. You take your symptom. Oh, this person has a polyp in the colon. It could be this. They're taking feedback from your body. So the point is, listen. Your body is always talking to you. So now again, all of us should be aging gracefully. But many people are aging way before their time. What does this tell you? You have inflammation, free radicals, oxidation. This is the root cause of so many diseases that may come or may not come. Why should we age faster? We should age as per our time because of our lifestyle. The 4 pillars again. That's how it is.
Super. I think on a lighter side, I still want to know, is there a medicine for testosterone and stress levels to go down?
Absolutely. So the magic medicine is for men, build muscle. I'm not talking about big, buff bodybuilder muscle, but you should challenge your muscle. You could do push-ups, you can do resistance bands. Walking is also an exercise because the more muscle you stimulate, the more testosterone you will have. This is for women as well. Sleep is another huge testosterone booster. How do we know? How do you feel when you'll have a really good night of sleep? How do you feel? Amazing, right? Unexplainable feeling. Testosterone again. The right foods. If you're eating too much of carbohydrates, junk food, these are testosterone suppressors. And in our own Indian diet, we have methi seeds, the fenugreek, testosterone boosters, naturally. We have pure honey, raw honey, not the commercial plain honey. It's raw honey, testosterone boosters again. So there are many, many things. And remember, when you're stressed out, testosterone falls. So a lot of your doctors will tell you that stress is the root cause of all diseases. And that's true. In 2 minutes, I'll explain to you scientifically what happens, because this would be the biggest takeaway for all of y'all. Because stress today is causing disease. Now, not day-to-day stress, chronic stress. I'm not talking about a little bit of traffic, you had a fight with your wife, husband, all that. No, your body can handle that stress. I'm talking about chronic stress. You're worried all the time, angry, negative, resentment, guilt. You can't sleep at night because you're thinking. This is chronic stress. This is what happens in the body, men and women. Cortisol goes, stress hormone, it's good. It indicates prepare your body for stress. Your blood pressure goes up, blood sugar levels, cholesterol goes up. Perfect mechanism. The stress is over, your levels come back down again. Okay? Your testosterone goes up as well, and for women, estrogen goes up. This is perfect. But now, if you're chronically stressed, do you think it's a good idea to have all these levels up? That is the problem. So when you're chronically stressed, your pressure's up, your blood sugar level's up. What happens is estrogen increases, testosterone falls. You start feeling more stressed because you don't have the hormone that helps you with stress. This is the simple working of the human body and how stress causes disease. Now, disease may express itself in different people. Someone may get diabetes, someone may get a cancer, because we all have different strengths and thresholds within our body. Some people may not get anything. They're built for stress. They can handle it. So everyone's different. That's why we can't compare ourselves with people, but we can just look after the basics and the fundamentals.
So you think, so I just, from this takeaway, I think as a natural element is honey and some leaves or something like that, which, I mean, do you practice? Every one of us should probably have it. Whether, I mean, I'm sure everyone has stress or somebody is, just to improve our health. What are the natural nutrients for us to have, which will probably take away 50% of whatever issues we have?
So there are no magic foods like that. Okay, a lot of you will be taking ashwagandha and all of that stuff. I'll tell you how it works. If you want to feel relaxed, it's dependent on your neurotransmitters. Serotonin, dopamine, endorphins. How many of you feel good after a workout? Put your hands up. Why? Endorphins. You feel good, okay? After you watch or binge watch some Netflix, you feel good because your dopamine levels were high. Serotonin is when you've achieved something. Your property is ready, you got your payment, everything's good serotonin. You feel pumped up, you feel motivated. These are neurotransmitters. There are no foods that directly do it. There are foods that indirectly do it. So if I can improve magnesium levels because I'm eating fruits, dark chocolate, nuts, almonds, walnuts, this produces tryptophan, which helps me produce serotonin. But there are no direct foods. Now, ashwagandha is an adaptogen. It won't take away our stress, but it can help us feel relaxed. So can a cup of black tea, a cup of green tea, because of L-theanine that calms us down. But when the tea is over, you have the same problem, right? So don't be dependent on food alone. It's an important part. But you sleep well at night, you will find yourself stronger to handle the stress the next day. And if you exercise, you will also find yourself mental clarity to handle your problems the rest. Keep a balanced diet. But if you eat a lot of fat and sugar and all of that stuff, you don't get brain energy. Without brain energy, your problems will seem to be bigger.
Okay. Luke, moving, you've been part of the Fit India movement. I think it is one of a very good initiative started by our Honorable Prime Minister. Can you tell us more about it? What is this about, and where do you aim to take this Fit India movement, or how are you taking this forward?
So I think PM Modi has a vision of improving health and lifestyle. So my job, as per him, is the lifestyle ambassador for India, where this is exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring about change by inspiring people to make smallest changes. You don't have to do too much to change your health today. Don't try to do everything we spoke about. What I want each of you all to do, reflect. We spoke about 5 pillars. Which pillar do you think you need improvement? Just take one at a time. Get one meal right. Get one day of exercise right. Get one day of sleep right. Little wins. Don't try to do everything. That's the biggest mistake. People try to start everything and lose it. What is lacking in your life based on the 4 pillars, the 5 pillars? And that becomes your plan. Do one thing, get perfect at it. Then take the second. Because we've seen when we're building up the body of a cancer patient that is completely destroyed with the cancer and with the treatment, you can't do too much. You do one thing, consistent, then the second, and then the third. And then the beautiful result is recovery. So the human body is resilient. It needs little things done with consistency, more than complication. So technically, that's the whole idea for the country. Don't make it more complicated. Preventive. How can we prevent disease? So everything I talk about every day is what I learn from my patients. When I look at my patients, I realize many of them should never have been sick. They miss the basics. Constipation for years, deprivation. So we take that, and that's what we try to do, educate the country based on these small things.
Thank you. I think I can go for at least 2-3 hours more, but due to paucity of time, thank you very much. I think the 5 pillars, spiritual, wellness, health, sleep, and detox. I think that's...
Not detox, nutrition.
Nutrition, sorry. So I think we all take this away, and I would request everyone, and as CREDAI, we should say if our clients are fitter, we should give them more discounts. So thank you. Some last final words from you, Luke.
No, I think in this field of work, just take it simple. I'll tell you one thing that I learned from my cancer patients. Number 1, remind yourself every day that time is finite. We're all going to die. Life is very fragile. You do not know what's going to happen, but we take it for granted. At the same time, don't become pessimistic. Just be aware that we have one life. When I speak to my dying patients, not one of them talk about, I was the CEO, I was the MD. Not one of them talk about how much money they have. They don't talk about who they were. You know what they talk about? Family, love, memories, and this is what I believe is the essence of it, because that's what they talk about. So make sure it's part of your life as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this amazing session. Look, we all inspired, and at least I personally promise to inspire your 5 pillars. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause for Luke.
Thank you very much, Luke. Thank you very much, sir. There you go. No, hold on. Luke, we'll do this the right way. Do this the right way. So Luke's going to bring the camera on you, and then you just go mad, clap, and whatever you want to do, okay? Ready, Luke? 1, 2, 3. Come on, let's go. Bring it. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together for Luke Coutinho right here. Absolutely great session. Really worked them up. Look, if I can request you to be on stage, can I please invite Ms. Indu Patodia, First Convener and CREDAI Bengal CWW Chapter, and Ms. Rupa Shah to felicitate Mr. Coutinho. All right, people, requesting everyone to be seated. We're going to go into the next session right away. Thank you very much. All right, moving on to our next session very quickly. Our next session of the day is Prop Tech, a paradigm change. And of course, our next India's largest branded network of hotels. 27-year-old, he started across India when he was 17 and realized the lack of predictable and affordable hotels plaguing in the Indian hospitality sector. He started his entrepreneurial journey with Oracle Stays, a platform for listing budget accommodation. In 2013, Oracle transformed to Oyo, a managed marketplace for standardized hotels now present across 200 cities with over 70,000 rooms. Ritesh has also been listed as Forbes 30 Under 30 Achiever in the consumer technology category. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause and a CREDAI NatCon welcome to the one and only Mukesh Agarwal, founder and CEO of Oyo. Either one. Thank you for being with us, Ritesh. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker, under whose leadership Venture Catalyst has become world's second most active incubator and an early stage investor, and from last 4 consecutive years stood #1 investment group in India. He has invested in 207 plus startups, built an ecosystem for 5,500 plus across 40 plus cities in India and 5 regions globally. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's give a CREDAI NatCon round of applause to one and only Mr. Dr. Apurva Ranjan Sharma, co-founder, Venture Catalyst and 9 Unicorn. Round of applause, please. All right, and I would also like to invite our very own Miss Binita Dalal to come up on stage and moderate the session. Let's give Binita a round of applause. Head Fundraising, Rustamji, co-convener NatCon and founder and managing partner, Mount K Capital. Binita doesn't like when we say good things about her, so please, let's embarrass her and give her a round of applause one more time. Thank you, Binita. Take it away.
Good morning, guys. Actually, good afternoon. Thank you so much to the entire CREDAI family for being here at CREDAI NatCon 22 for all 3 days in full attendance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So today our conversation is on three things I'm really passionate about: real estate, finance, and technology. And who better than Ritesh and Dr. Purva on stage for this? So I'm going to start off with you, Ritesh. So CREDAI is 13,000 members. There were 30 people here, and 80% are from Tier 2, Tier 3. All cities and future cities. We really want to know, how is it for you from a very small city in India to Oyo today?
No, so first off, thank you so much for having me here. I have, of course, had the great opportunity to know about CREDAI for the last few years. We've participated here with few of my colleagues earlier. Thanks for Baman Bhai for making sure that we have some way of representation here all through the year. Happy to be here in person with all of you. I think first and foremost, for those of you who don't know, I am in Odisha. Odisha is in the eastern half of our country, in a town called Raigada. For those of you who don't know, I see we have folks from Odisha, Jai Jagannath. I see a lot of, the people from our home state who still relate Oyo to the eyes of Lord Jagannath, because they look very similar to each other, right? I'm just fascinated that's a great correlation. But that's one. So growing up there, a lot of people may feel like you grew up with challenges, problems, and so on. You should know I had a great childhood, right? Because if you haven't seen anything outside the town, you feel like whatever's there is the best, right? So that's sort of what growing up for me was. I think coming specifically to tier town, in my view, the tier 2, tier 3 India is the future, has been well talked about by a lot of people, so I don't need to reiterate it. But I want to share a few data points. 60% of business today comes from tier 2 towns in India, right? Majority of our business. I spend majority of my own time in tier 2 in India. So I was in Trivandrum yesterday. 2 days back, I was in Jaipur. A week before, I was in, Mangalore and other towns in Karnataka. So I'm not just the tier 2 makes sense. I'm investing there and I'm spending my own time there. Now, why is it interesting? You may say that, Ritesh, okay, maybe you're spending time because you're tier 2, but why is it commercially interesting? 3 or 4 reasons why it is interesting to me, and something that I'd like to share with developers and entrepreneurs here. The small town consumer is aspirational today, because earlier, all the new exciting consumer products were only owned by people in the tier 1 cities because they had access to overseas travel, right? They used to go to US, Europe, etc. But if you're in tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 towns, you have internet on your hands. So you're reading about the best things that are happening around the world. So you aspire to have the best as well. On top of it, the hunger is unparalleled. I, having grown in a tier 2, tier 3 town, most people say tier 2, tier 3 town ko market socho. Try and get market share in tier 2, tier 3 towns. I don't think that's the future. I think the future is young students, children from tier 2, tier 3 towns are coming for the market share of the tier 1 towns, right? They are no more saying, we want to be the best tier 1. They want to be the best in the world. When I came out of Raigada, I didn't say that I want to build the best hospitality company in the economy segment in India. I want to build the best in the world. That's the new world we live in. It's not for me. It's true for most other youngsters growing up in smaller towns. Last but not the least is everything that you do around your properties, you can either make incremental return or you can make disproportionate return. As you all may have seen over the years, there are B2B businesses and B2C businesses. In B2B, and both of those can be done with properties, right? In B2B, returns are always in some way, balanced out, right? Because whoever is going to take your property and make a B2C out of it, you'll have to distribute margin with them. I see that there is a huge opportunity for developers to themselves enter into B2C businesses in times to come. And I want to share 2 or 3 examples that some of which I am involved in, some of which I am not, but I'll still share with all of you. The first and foremost is mixed-use development. I was just talking about it. This is a rapidly growing field where the cost of building out the assets is not as high as residential, but returns for far too long have been muted in mixed use. But with the advent of tourism in India like it is today, I feel serviced apartments, mid-term, longer-term accommodations is a huge opportunity. OYO just in India would be managing over a few thousand apartments of various developers by enabling returns. Or it is about banqueting areas around your clubs. Today, in a lot of your developments itself, you'll be seeing returns coming in by events. But all of those events income goes to people who are managing those underlying banquet or event areas. But on the other hand, if you look at the returns that they would be making would be in double-digit percentages, especially now after COVID, right? Itself, this year, we are seeing 25,000 weddings being hosted by us. आपने ओयो के बारे में सोचा भी नहीं होगा for wedding on the top of your mind. We own a brand called Wedding with a Z, Weddings, which people use for weddings so often. Third, there is co-living. We don't do a lot in co-living. Co-living in the premium segment, not in the budget segment. In the budget segment, it's hard to make return. But in the premium segment could be a great way to bring return. So, big picture I wanted to share with all of you is that when you're building properties, there's an opportunity to make technology type returns. And that's Apurva Bhai comes in with the opportunity of his PropTech ecosystem.
So I'm going to go to you, Apurva Bhai. And Apurva, you have a great experience in startups. And startups today are a buzzword. But I would also like to say, when the Tatas started years back, they were a startup. Today, they are the Tatas. So how has it been your journey with so many startups across the years, and why did you choose to invest with so many people?
See, we are early stage investors. We live and breathe with the dreams of entrepreneurs like Ritesh. When we see passionate people, hungry people who want to become successful, and I remember when I met Ritesh, he said, I want to be the Tatas of hospitality at some point of time, right? But now he's doing amazing. So, you know, this younger people, when they reach out to us, we look at their dreams, we look at how much work they have done to achieve those dreams, and then we, back with capital, support, and, a lot of other things to make them successful.
So that's a very interesting story. And I believe the two of you share a very special relationship at OYO and as an investment partner. So when you were starting OYO, what was there in your mind and how did you reach out to him?
Dekhiye, let me give you a little background about myself. Right after my 12th grade, I was naive enough to think I should start a company of my own. So I was reasonably young when I was starting, did that for a few months with not much success. I reached out to many angel investors, venture capital investors, etc. for support. Almost everybody said, college khatam kar lo, fir baat karenge, right? So I felt it's okay, I will build a business. So many companies that are bootstrapped. A lot of you may have never raised external capital, so I felt great companies can be without external capital. So I felt I'll just build my business, reinvest in the business and keep growing. That's what I was doing. So one day Apurva Bhai called me and he said, we are set up this investment outfit and we would like to consider investing in you. But for that, you have to come to Mumbai. I was in Delhi when I was starting up. So I said, Apurva Bhai, very exciting listening to you, but I don't have the money to come to Mumbai. So that's too expensive for me. So Apurva, I said, okay, I'll fund you to come to Mumbai. I said, that's free trip to Mumbai. Why would I not do it? So I went to Mumbai. I distinctly remember we went to ISKCON temple for lunch at Juhu.
Juhu.
Right. And then Apurva said, so, you have a great business. Time I explained him about the business. I said, there's this long tail of unbranded properties. We can bring them into the technology ecosystem. And if you come out of any railway station, bus station, airport, it's not a surprise that you can't find trusted, right price accommodation in India. It's a great business. It will be worth millions of dollars. So I said, millions of dollars ko pata nahi, agle mahine ka kharcha kaise nikale? So he said, okay, I'll give you 5 lakh rupees as loan. Later we will raise capital. So I said, okay, what a nice guy. Pehle meeting mein 5 lakh rupees de rahe hain. So anyway, so long story short, we raised 50 lakhs from over the next few months at an valuation of 1.6 crores or something in that whereabouts. And of course, rest is history over the years.
What is it that you need to add that he's not mentioned?
See, आज भी हम लोग investment decisions entrepreneurs के enterprise development capabilities पे लेते हैं. So when I met him, 3 things I liked about him. One, he was not taking money from his family, and last 6 months he was in Delhi developing this. And he knew a lot about Airbnb and competition, right? At that age, he was so prepared that we were kind of amazed that, at the age of 17, 18, how much he is prepared. And then we thought, let's, put some money and see how it goes, because fundamentally everything is in place. That's how we start. And then it started, he got a chance, and Peter Thiel and all started helping him. But that time, I think market opportunity was very strong, this kind of business. And he friendly snapped it,
So, I think you are one of the first tech and prop tech companies India has seen. I mean, everyone would have seen an Airbnb abroad, but you brought something like that to India. How important do you think technology, while you are not today developing, but you are taking over developed homes, how important do you see technology in your business and in the real estate market?
See, first off, today, any business is a technology business. So there are 2 kinds of worlds, right? And I think I was recently reading Asian Paints ka earnings call. And even Asian Paints is saying that what kind of emulsion we should sell, where should we do the sourcing, how should we manage our logistics for just-in-time delivery. All of this, we will also use technology. So in the new world we live in, any one of our businesses, if technology is not in, we are losing out on a big opportunity around ourselves. It's a known. From a properties or property business perspective, there are 3 suggestions or 3 learnings I have in context of understanding technology. The first and foremost is development business is highly capex oriented. We have to invest a lot of money. I have learned over time, efficient investment capex or return oriented investment of capex, technology can be a great enabler for. And let me share examples of it. When we started renting serviced apartments, we started speaking to a lot of customers, getting internet feedback from them, saying what things they like or they don't like. I will tell you something that you all know. तो आप कहेंगे तो मैं जानता हूँ रितेश नया क्या बता रहा है. मेरे लिए नया था because I was in this business. Consumers said the first touch point for me is the lobby of the apartment. If the lobby doesn't look great, I don't pay higher. If the looks great, I will pay 5% higher. Little thing. The investment of to get the lobby right is not so high. So we started making that a standard, saying corridors pe utna invest nahi karenge, but lobbies mein we will definitely invest. And we started using that to increase our ARRs a little bit. This is just one example, but there are hundreds of others. Earlier, capex to be humanly linked. मुझे क्या अच्छा लग रहा है, that I will invest in. In the new world, we can use data. Data like what I mentioned, one of the things, but many others, hopefully. Second important thing I have seen is reduction in cost of getting customer. Earlier, to get a customer, there used to be 5 different loops. You have a master distributor, they have sub-associates, they have super sub-associates, and hence, consumer is spending more. As a developer, the income is lesser, and there is significant value that is getting distributed away. Technology can be used to be able to reduce the distribution fee and only spend it in places where people add value. Of course, there is a value in people being your associates, bringing value on the table, and so on. Third is marketing. 5 or 10 or 15 years back, all entire marketing expenses in the property development business used to be newspaper, conferences and conventions, and things in that order. In the new world we live in, I can assure you that number 1 से number 3 के budget में आप लोग सबके यहाँ पे कहीं ना कहीं internet marketing आ गया है. You are doing SEO, SEM, social media, things like those. Now imagine combining 3 of these. Location, capex investment, designed with data, so the cost of investment is lesser, and you're doing something that will be 100% bought because customers are looking for. Second, distribute right, so you are able to make sure that even before your development is complete, queuing up to say on the internet from different parts around the world to buy your assets. And third, to make operate your premises and get B2C type returns from the assets that you have built around yourself. I see that property as a business around itself just has so much opportunity, and I want to finish with an example of how I started. The first hotel was, or guest house, who chose to join us, was owned by Sajan ka naam tha, Mr. Yadav. He had a 12-room property in Gurgaon. He said, now he had a different business. He bought an asset as a personal investment project. He had no interest of making return from the property. So only to get was weddings. Whenever there used to be a wedding in the nearby area, his property used to get full, otherwise it was empty. So I reached out to him. I said, your annual occupancy is 20%. You give me your property, I will help increase revenue for you. He said, आपको देख के लगता नहीं कि आप business बढ़ा पाएंगे. कोई बात नहीं, इससे बुरा तो जाएगा नहीं 20% से नीचे. So might as well give you a go. Now, I did 3 things. First thing, to improve the experience which customers are looking for. I said 3 things for the properties as well, right? Do what customers are caring about. So I looked at the top 5 listings on online websites. I saw they have warm white light, runners and cushions, and small portrait in the room. I asked the owner only to invest 5,000 rupees per room to upgrade the place. Second, the entire staff, I said you will get paid only on the reviews and ratings from customers. And third, I said we will use dynamic pricing. First, start at a low price, every room sold, price will increase. Now, why were these 3 important? On internet, there are 3 filters or sort you may have seen. Sort by price, sort by rating, and sort by popularity. Sort by price, because in dynamic pricing, first room is sold cheaper, I get the customers soon. Once we get 3 customers, it becomes popular. So I can sell for higher price in sort by popularity. And with customers giving us good reviews and ratings with interiors and, we get sort by reviews. At the end of first month, the occupancy of the hotel was 90%. Nothing magical. I'm sure a lot of people have done it. We now do it at scale, at 140,000 properties around the world. That's, I think, worth an impact by using technology. The scale is an additional benefit. So
you are the largest supplier of the rooms also in the world?
We would be one of the largest hospitality brands in the world, among the top 3, 4. But what I is that, अगर आप property business में हैं और आपको लगता है कि मैं technology पूरी तरीके से इस्तेमाल कर रहा हूँ, you should know that there is more that is left, क्योंकि मुझे भी लगता है कि हम और technology use कर सकते हैं और उससे आप अपने business को और successful बना सकते हैं. That is the only one takeaway I wanted to leave.
I'm going to use it as the tagline for our fund for sure, but that apart, I mean, it shows your love for what you've created. The fact that you are going that detailed to bring it out the right way, it definitely shows that you know you have that passion for it. Um, why did you want to get into hospitality? And you're the only brand which is the largest in the world, and you don't own the rooms. So how did you kind of get both of those right?
No, I wouldn't say that not owning is right. It's just a choice. But I think let's after the other. The first and the foremost is I was always passionate about travel, personal choice. But as business, आप देखिए, there were many benefits to this industry, like Apurva Bhai was saying. This is a market nobody wanted to compete in. Everybody said hotel business is so hard to get into it. Now, I was naive. मुझे पता नहीं था कितना मुश्किल है. If I knew how hard it was, I would have also not been in this industry. I didn't know anything. I got into it, and then of course, over time, got to a certain scale. Second, so there was nobody in the market, great market to be in. Second, domestic travel was not explored. आपको याद होगा 5-7 years back, tourism in India meant foreign tourists. But we were among the earliest companies which said we will only focus on domestic tourists. And today there is no hotel company that's not talking about domestic tourists in India. Our primary customers are Indians. 95% of our customer demand is Indians, and we're very proud of it. We have no complaints about it. Right? Third thing is the power of small businesses. And this is something I want to explain a little bit. OYO in India has over 10,000 hotels. Out of this 10,000, 4,000 are operated people who were not in the hotel business before OYO. Right? These are people who either had property and were developers, and they said, I would rather sell it. Now they said that might as well make a return. Or people who are small business people who have gone and leased or taken on management contracts some property, tied up with OYO to get business. These people have become the core power of our company. Because the developers, once they know what works for OYO, they go keep creating more hotels for us. All these small businesses, there are 70 people who have 10 plus hotels each. Right? These are people having 10, 20, 30 properties with zero business before in hotel business. That was very unique that India mein people are entrepreneurial. If they find that somebody can bring me the customer, then back-end fulfillment they know how to figure. And I knew what the customer wanted and hence how to get the customer. And when I say I mean OYO, which is we and our company knew. So that part worked very well. Last but not the least is that it's just a lot of fun to be in hospitality, right? Like imagine hosting 25,000 weddings every night in OYO. Like yesterday night in OYO, there were close to 140,000 people who stayed just in India, right? And OYO India is a minority. There's more business we get in other parts of the world as well. So I think that gives you a lot of, these all things combined for me to be in the hospitality business.
It shows. It definitely shows that you really love it. Apurva ji, in the venture catalyst portfolio, I know OYO is your first investment, but what are the PropTech companies that you've seen, and how are they disrupting this market?
PropTech, we invested in Innovate, which was co-working space company. It was acquired by OYO only. We have a ready buyer. But we also invested in co-living space company, Dexter, which is doing well. We looked at initially more commercial space and, the companies. But recently we invested in a fractional property company, ShareNest. So a lot of this kind of concept we invested, but what now I'm interested in is building materials, new products related to this industry, something which can bring more cost advantage to this industry. So I'm evaluating more now. We are very less into real estate and PropTech companies, but some of them are successful, whichever we have done. But now with this fund, of course, we want to the entire back, and especially in these areas.
So who else have you seen in PropTech? While, Oyo is one, who else have you come across which is like a PropTech interesting story?
Like Apurva Bhai said, PropTech has a very broad scope around itself. Right from, like he mentioned, building materials. When I said that in property development, biggest investment is of CapEx. And unfortunately, building material ecosystem, you have from so many different people. So people who can consolidate it, design spaces, fall in love with, branding and marketing of such spaces, rethinking of what the next generation of living will be. I think across all of these, the opportunities are immense. I will tell you one or two things that I do believe will be questions in people's mind that I would like to share my context of. One of the questions I'm sure you all hear is, yes, startups are interesting, but they don't make money, right? So, they do well, customers choose them, businesses choose them, but how will they make money eventually? So that's, by the way, partly true. Oyo as well as a company, initially we were positive margins, positive EBITDA, until we started raising a lot of capital. And then for many years, we've had losses. I'm happy to report that last quarter was our first EBITDA positive quarter after almost 7-8 years. But the real, thank you for that. I think it should have come earlier. It got probably postponed due to COVID. But I think the more important context is that in startups, or especially technology companies, most of the investment is upfront. So our investment was in building the app, dynamic pricing, imaging engine that we invested 4 or 5 years. That investment is now done. That investment will be probably flat for years, right? Now, the return has started eclipsing it. So in the future, all the new revenue that comes, all of it flows through to EBITDA. So all the new growth is highly profitable. The reason why I'm explaining it is that next time when you meet startups, you should ask them, what is the scale where they break even? Because once they get to that scale, that all that growth should be profitable, assuming they are capex like. If they're capex heavy or operating heavy, then it is a very different model in itself. This is one learning that I have had over the years that I could share. And the second is that finding the entrepreneur, like Apurva said, that is most crucial. Founders with integrity, founders who are willing to tell you the bad news rather than just tell you the good news, founders who attract good talent, a few things which are very individual focused. That is the other thing I would like you to look at when you're looking at PropTech founders, like Apurva said he looks at when he's considering investing in companies.
You mentioned that COVID was one of the reasons your great news got delayed. How was it? Because the hospitality industry took the most beating. How was it? And what is it that kept you going?
I'm in a room full of people in the real estate sector, which actually got, in the middle of COVID, actually very positive tailwinds to themselves. So very happy for the real estate industry, because I'm just seeing incredible amount of demand from our customers. And if our customers demand more, I'm sure there is more real estate to be created. So I'm very bullish in the opportunity in the property ecosystem in the years to come. I think COVID was very tough on us. There is no other way for me to share this. Our company grew a year before. We had 10,000 crores plus of revenue in FY20, which was the year before COVID. Then it happened, and overnight 66% of our evaporated. So not only did we not grow, what revenue was coming, that also got shaved off almost entirely, because as you may remember, travel came to a jolting halt. I think there are 3 things we did. And in my view, this is consistent with any crisis playbook. Most crises in the years, people replicate and do the same thing. So we didn't do anything magical. We call it, innovation, cash, and consistent compassion. Let me go through each one of them. The first one is innovation. Customers suddenly said, "Hamare liye number 1 is health and safety." Before that, it was value or location or review rating, right? So we redesigned the entire experience to have sanitized stay and vaccine aid at the heart of our business. So we said, OYO in the budget system is the safest place you will get, and we will invest behind it. Second is cash. In cash, we did 2 or 3 things. First and foremost, we said we will be focused. We were growing globally. We said we will not grow globally. We'll focus in markets where we are market leader. We were market leader in India, market leader in Southeast Asia, market leader in Germany and neighboring countries. We said, yahin pe focus karenge. Everything else, we said, will become a digital business. We'll have no people on the ground. Our software is available. If people want to buy it, they'll buy it online. Second thing we did, we said we will redesign our business to one business model. We go give our software, give revenue jump against it, and get a fee around it. And third, outside of all of this, we pulled out all the investments that we had, and we said these 3 areas will double down. And beside that, we also raised $60 million, roughly 4,000 crores in cash in that period of time, which meant there were various investors who were willing to believe in us that this company will come out strong outside of COVID. And the last is compassion. In compassion, there were 2 things, right? One, there were 4 ecosystems which matter to us, or 3 which are the most important. We have customers, we have our hotel owners who we call as patrons, we have our employees who we call as OYOpreneurs, and we have holders who we call as co-owners. These are the 4 people who are critical to us. Compassion by new innovations. Owners ke liye, for hotel owners, it's a very scary time, right? OYO could go raise a lot of capital. For owners, that's one hotel they have. If they don't make money on that, what do they do? So we work with all our owners to reduce so that even with low occupancy, they can make a little bit of profit every month. And on the other side, we brought any and every business we could. We were the biggest business provider for Vande Bharat in India. 20% of Vande Bharat customers used to come stay with OYO. Hospital, doctors and nurses, any accommodation we could get, we used to bring it to our hotel owners. And along with that, I did monthly town hall, where every month I would speak to all our hotel owners. Video call worked very well. Third, with our team members, there were some team members we had to let go because we just could not afford to have such a large payroll in that period of time. 3 town halls with our team members who were asked to let go. And we also gave ownership to each one of those people, which means that now as OYO is becoming EBITDA positive and EBITDA is growing, they all get to enjoy a share of those profits for being able to take such a big hit in the tough times. Last but not the least is conversations with all of them as frequently as you can. That helps. So I think innovation, cash, and compassion, those sort of 3 things that we tried to do. And I'm thankful we saw through COVID. And I feel if COVID did not beat us, now I think there is probably nothing else that can hurt us in the near future.
No, your passion and your, I would say, mantras will make you unstoppable. I can see it. But being on the top, they keep saying that CEOs are always lonely at the top. Who is your circle in such times that you bounce off of?
So you're absolutely right. I think I met Dr. Velumani earlier. He actually had a very different, funny take on it, where he said, "Aapko to discuss karna hi nahi chahiye." The session yesterday. But that said, I'll share my learning. I think first off, I'm lucky to have a very strong management team. So 10 of our 13 people in our leadership have been in the company from the start of the company, and none of them have left. So that has allowed us to have a sense of belonging and ownership where we almost work like co-owners. Now, the bad news with that is they are very, very aggressive with their critical feedback to me, but I think that's all news because you're able to get honest feedback that you can work to use and improve yourselves. Externally also, we have a lot of friends around ourselves, and a lot of beyond bouncing ideas, you just need people to say, it's all going to be okay, right? So I used to call Apurva Bhai quite a few times, you may remember, during COVID. First, business gone completely out of proportion, and we've been having conversation from then. And I said, probably 3 years from now, we should stop having any operating losses. He said, that's great. So 2 years hence we did it. So we did it sooner because who knew how long COVID will be? So we're being conservative. Then there is Bejul, who's been a great friend of our company. And there's a few others, right? I think there are people who are not our shareholders, but they're still good business people who we share relationship and are able to pick up the phone call. And it's just been fantastic. In the business ecosystem, people came to support each other. I've seen that whether it is in any community or ecosystem, if you call, one of the biggest mistake people do is people don't call. लोगों को लगता है दूसरे क्या सोचेंगे, लोग क्या कहेंगे. I think all you do is pick up the phone and be honest about it and say, not having a good time. And you'll be surprised how many people are willing to help you. There is no sense of false ego you should keep saying hamesha acha hona. Everybody is a business person and everybody knows that not always you're going to have good times. So that's what helped me during COVID, which is being able to pick up and call. I called as many people as I could. Like I called Ronnie one day. This person I knew. I called and I said, "This is what I am seeing. What are you seeing?" And everybody acknowledged to say, other than people gaming and edtech, everybody else said, we are not going through very good times, right? So that just was great for me.
Interesting. Apurva ji, how many such calls / entrepreneurs do you have as your close pals? That's a tough one.
Yeah, we have 200 plus portfolio now. And frankly, every startup founder, we act like family till they become a $100 million company. And I'm just announcing recently, we're just going in the media announcing 54 companies have become $50 million plus. So out of 200 companies of ours. And 32 of them are above 100 million. So those 32 are not troubling me anymore. But the others 70 who are between 10 to million, they are, of course, they need 2 times a week a call. And that's sometimes very intense also, right? So, but we enjoy doing it because, frankly, developing companies is our passion. And when they become successful, other than their families, we are the most happy people.
They are like children for Apurva Bhai, which is when you're a little child, you need my help. Once you're a teenager, you are on your own. You figure out by yourself.
But why did you start investing in startups, Apurva ji? And what was your first investment ever?
I came back India 2002. My wife works for government. I said, I want to start a dairy unit. And she said, you're not matured enough. Do it when you're ready. So I said, what I'll do, I want to do this. So luckily at that time, the incubator was getting launched in India. They said, you have to train people how to do business. I said, I've never done that. But I've worked in a company in Europe for 7 years. We had raised capital for my projects. So ye to karna hai. So that's how I started, because the first incubator in India was getting started 2002. And that incubator, we got the President of India award because we did well, probably. When we started doing well, a lot of people started reaching out. And then, of course, some success stories. Now we have 4 unicorns, 30 company plus, about 100 million. So a lot of these guys, when they read about Ritesh, they reach out to me, and they read about, Bharat Pay, they read about, these guys, Beardo guys, they reach out to us. So frankly, I started investing because I wanted to help these guys. And I wanted to make them big. And then now, when these guys become big, we are the most happy people. And till the time these guys become, 50 million to 100 million company, our time goes. But we now started enjoying this, to be frank. Now, with our 5,000 plus investors coming at Venture Catalyst, they're all doing the same job with us.
That's another interesting story. I'm sure you've experienced the Venture Catalyst family. It's one of the first companies that I have seen which is invested in so many startups. It's not a traditional fund, you know how funds are, like you have a Sequoia, you have a SoftBank, but you guys have captured the market and created a market beyond what, you know, a person who was not to the fund business could have done. So, you know, that one story is something and I want. And which is your favorite investment? That's what I want.
Frankly, when Hoyo became success, everybody said it's a fluke. A lot of investors said, yeah, it ho gaya. Then Beardo, everybody said, ho gaya. But then Bharat Pay became ATX and said, boss. So, you know, every entrepreneur, you know, who is looking at us, of course, many have said, you know, when they become successful, we are very happy. Last was this My Fitness, the guy from Silvassa, who sell peanut butter. And these brothers from Silvassa, when they came to me, they were selling 2 crore monthly peanut butter. Now they are selling 20 monthly peanut butter. Can you imagine? From Silvassa. Now they got acquired by Mensa. So, you know, when they become successful, you know, and they definitely come to me. When they become successful, definitely come to me. We normally have lunch or dinner together. So, yes, first 2, 3 are always, they give you the maximum happiness. जैसे आपकी पहली गाड़ी होती है, तो सबसे अच्छी लगती है, चाहे वो मारुति हो. लेकिन बाद में वो थोड़ा सा वो हो जाता है कि भाई now every, you know, even today, we get a high, you know, when they become success. So, you know, it's a business. Venture capital, today we are $600 million under AUM. Now everybody says, yeah, Rakur bhai, you are growing like a startup. I said, boss, these guys need capital. That's why I'm taking it. I have no interest otherwise, right? So, our business is to invest in them, make them successful, and when they become successful, of course, we are very happy, right? Yeah, so that's the incubation approach, right? Which no other funds is to replicate also.
Yeah, I think my relationship with Apurva is before Venture Catalyst with a different ecosystem, but I think Apurva bhai is a common thread. I'll tell you in that the interesting outcome was versus traditional funds. Here you were able to also interact with people who cared about your business, right? Like Apurva brought Bharat Bhai Banka as one of our shareholders. So he also spent time with us to say, you know, let me help set up your financial model. You would have never got access to somebody who's an investor in the fund to also support you to build your business. So I think that was also interesting benefit where you not only get the support of Apurva bhai and his team, but you also get the support of people who are investing directly because they also have sense of commitment in the game to support you.
That's one of the critical part. Every startup, we have 1 or 2 such people who are helping them. They know better than us sometimes.
You know, that's true. And I think that's why also for the PropTech Fund, you have CREDAI partnering with them to kind of build that ecosystem in times to come. But at Hoyo, you have a special connect on tourism. And that, you know, we were just discussing earlier that we had also spoken about in 2019 when we had His Honorable Prime Minister come and be a part of our YouthCon. You recently launched something on tourism in small cities. I just wanted to bring that out.
Yeah, look, I think I wish CREDAI all the very best for the PropTech venture. I think specifically, you know, what we were discussing just now is, as you know, tourism is one of the fastest growing new sunrise industries, especially after COVID, because we were home for so long that they just want to get out. So one of the, you know, from Honorable PM was that we should try and grow new forms of tourism across the country. So we have just a couple of weeks back in Ekta Nagar, formerly I think they, you know, also called as Kevadia in Gujarat, a houseboat there. It's a houseboat which is designed, Kashmiri design from outside and Gujarati from inside. And, you know, Honorable Prime Minister was kind enough to inaugurate it as a part of his previous visit to Gujarat. The reason why I call it twofold, one is the more serious one, which is if you are considering investments, new developments, you should know that should be a part of your strategy. Because there is just so many new opportunities around it that you may not be considering today, where there may be great returns. And don't think about if houses run, they're just in Kashmir and Kerala. They can be opened in any part of the country. The second thing, which is more on a lighter note, is that if you're going to Gujarat, please give a heads up to folks at CREDAI, and we'd love to host you at our houseboat.
That's very
Invitation.
That's very kind of you. I think we're gonna wrap up this afternoon session. I think Apurvaji also has a flight. But before you guys leave, I want one last closing statement from you.
Two learnings. The first is, like Apurva Bhai said, with OYO, people said it was a fluke sometime. We've seen many highs and lows like any other business people do, but because we are so well covered or get so much attention, it is very public. You see our highs also publicly, you see our troubles also publicly. There I want to share, whenever you see highs of any company around yourself or even your own company, every overnight success, whenever somebody says, ye to overnight success ho gaya, you should know it is at least a 10-year-old story. That says somebody must be hard at work to be able to get to that outcome, and hence there is substantial effort that's gone in. If there are companies which are genuinely overnight success, then be careful. Because I, having started up myself, know that at least 5-10 saal lagte hain business, it doesn't happen overnight. Second thing I want to share is perseverance. Perseverance is unparalleled. If you are the last woman or man standing, you are guaranteed success. So just showing up and staying is high probability of success. I always say it's like a tunnel, because the towns I come from, lots of hills around there in Odisha. So there in tunnel, there's a lot of darkness, right? Until you keep digging, until you see sunshine on the other side. So all you got to do is keep digging. Those are two learnings that I take very personally to myself.
948 unicorns in the world, 200 done by Indian diaspora. More than 20% market share in the unicorns in the world. So Indians are no more known for creating IT professionals. They are known for creating some of the best entrepreneurs like Ritesh, right? So guys, be ready for the next revolution, which is creating some of the best unicorn of India. Today we are just sitting in 100 unicorns in India. Going to be next 7 years, we'll have at least 900 more unicorns coming in India. So be ready to be participative in that, in whatever manner, whether you can participate with business, whether you can invest in them, right? Another thing, in real estate also, there are 4 unicorns in the world. Out of that, 7-8 of them are in India already. From here to at least even if you maintain the same 10% market share in the world, you have 70-80 unicorn possibility in your doorstep. With CREDAI Fund, which is coming, and Ritesh's involvement with this, there's a lot of possibility for you guys. Be participative, be ready, open up your mind, and if you see, there could be a huge possibility.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Indeed, a paradigm change. Can I quickly invite on stage VP CREDAI, Mr. Shekhar Patel, and Organizing Committee Member CREDAI, Mr. Nikun, to join us, and felicitate Mr. Ritesh Agarwal and Dr. Apurva Ranjan. Ladies and gentlemen, quick mention. I would suggest you do not leave, because we have a very, very power-packed session we'll be announcing right away. So requesting everybody not to. I'm also requesting the security to lock the door in the back if you need to. But I promise you, it's going to be a fantastic ending to our CREDAI NatCon 2022. Superb. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to celebrate this outstanding event with our closing ceremony. May I please invite Mr. Dhaval Ajmera for the closing ceremony. Round of applause, please.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to first sincerely thank each and every one of you for a fantastic packed house for all 3 days. So I think 1300 members ke liye we should have a big round of applause. Thank you. Entire CREDAI India has done a fantastic job, supported this after 3 years. It's one of the best we all have done and supported this NatCon. So thank you very much. 3 दिन, we had a fantastic event starting for the first time, the royal family coming in and inaugurating our session. It's one of a historic moment. What more than having Mr. PNC Menon and Mr. Yusuf Ali inspiring us. And the end, it went just with a sixer with Dada just saying it's not over till it's over. So amazing day 1, looking on for day 2. I think we had a great warehousing, funding, area, sustainability, branding our projects, marketing. It was super session learnings, and obviously we can't forget our superstars for that day 2, Mr. Saujibai Dolakia and Mr. Dr. Velumani, for inspiring us and giving only that I am the best and the super punchlines from Dr. Velumani. So we must have a big thank for them. And lastly, we have all what we live for is mental and health wellness. So we should thank Dr. and our ProcTech session for the future of India. Before I take not much of a time, I would request our Shri Harshvardhan Patodia, our chairman, Mr. Satish Magar, president-elect, Mr. Baman Irani, 6 VP, sir, please to come on stage, Mr. Shekhar Patel, Mr. Anand Rajekaukar, Mr. Shilal Kataria, Mr. Manoj Gaur, Mr. Ram Reddy, and Mr. Narendra Kumar, sir. I think they all deserve a round of applause because it was their inspiration, their motivation, and their hard work which has paid off these 1300 registrations at CREDAI NatCon in Abu Dhabi. So a big round of applause to the entire team who's sitting over here. Sir, I would request President Sir to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everybody. I think we are coming to the close of a fantastic NatCon 2022 happening in Abu Dhabi. I must congratulate the team, the organizing team to do such a wonderful job, and all of you who have made it to this event today. We've had fantastic speakers the last 3 days, and I think all of us will take back fond memories when you go back and good insights. Thank you so much. And once we finish this, we will have a few questions from all of you, and then we will have the last session.
Chairman, sir.
You want me to come there?
No, sir. From there
no,
is
I'll
okay.
come there.
Please.
You know, you cannot sit down and speak good about people. And today I'm not going to mince any words. I'm not going to be a miser with words. What can you say about this NatCon? Can you have a better word than that? Dhaval, I think whom I should give credit to, Baman, I think I should give it to you or to these people?
Baman, sir.
Dhaval, Binita, and your entire team. 20 NatCons I have attended. I nearly missed this, but I still came. I think I have never seen a better NatCon than this. You have set a benchmark, which I think will be very difficult for anyone to attain. So God bless who's going to host the next one and the next one and the next one, because people are going to expect more. I remember when Mr. Kumar Gera started doing NatCons and we were part of many of the NatCons from Pune. He said, why NatCons? I'm going to take 2 minutes. Huh? Is it okay? He said, why NatCons? NatCon, first, to learn. Second, to interact amongst ourselves. Third, to entertain ourselves and explore. Because that's why we are going overseas. I think this NatCon, we learned everything. We learned life. We learned how to live. We started with Swamiji hitting us in a lighter mode, but telling what we are doing wrong. And then we had a flow. We had excellence from Mr. Menon. We had Mr. Saujubai speaking. We had Mr. Dr. Velumin speaking. We had this prop tech now. Luke Coutinho told us how we have to live. So it was such a tremendous learning process. I think you all have done very well. All what we need to do is to give a big round of applause to the entire team. And mind you, doing a NatCon is not easy. It is like getting your daughter married because everyone expects the daughter's father to be there everywhere. And thank you very much for giving us such a retreat for the last 3 days.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dada, for this great words. President-elect, sir, Mr. Bamanirani.
So very simply, I want to say a big thank you to each and every one of you for being here. I hope you had received everything that you came here for. Yes, no? Yes. Very good. And Dada, somebody asked me this morning, how did you do it? You've got an IPO coming up. You know, you're here. What is happening over there? What is happening over here? सुनो तो सही. तो मैंने बोला बहुत सिंपल है. अच्छी टीम चुन लो, बाकी सब काम होते रहता है. सौरव गांगुली भी वही बोला. टीम अच्छी हो तो उनको काम करने दो. Let them keep working and everything works out fine. So that is exactly what has happened. I want to say a big thank you. You're going to name everybody, right? I want to say a big thank you to the organizing team. They've really sweat it out. They've taken 3 trips out here. At all points of time, they kept themselves only to work. There was no entertainment. They've really pulled off the number of speakers that you had out here. Unbelievable. At one time, I was getting a little shaky and saying there are too many speakers. How on earth will we kind of get everybody in? But hey, you guys have rocked it.
Thank you.
Superb. Superb.
Actually, you are telling everyone, you spend so much time from the IPO here. Every member sitting here should subscribe so that the IPO becomes a great success.
So yeah, can I just for everyone's, our President-elect, it is a very proud moment for all of us. Tomorrow when you go back to your homes, his company's IPO is getting subscribed, and we should all promise that we all are going to take some shares of his company and be part of his. Yeah. Sir, please make sure that we get some shares allotted. Thank you. So, had amazing response from every city, every state. But every time some state or some city is going to take the lead, and very proud to say it is the highest state, Maharashtra, which has taken the lead. So I would request Mr. Sunil Furde, President, and Mr. Sunil Kotwal to please come up on stage and take the honors from the President, Secretary, and Chairman. A big round of applause for Maharashtra. And to add on this, the highest state, highest city is also from Maharashtra, Nasik. Yo, Nasik! Can I request Mr. Ravi Mahajan and Kunal Patil to please be on stage? तालियां बजाइए सर, महाराष्ट्र के लिए तालियां बजनी चाहिए. Thank you. as our President-elect said, that it was indeed a teamwork which made all this happen, but we were all outside supporters. The real ones, I would really want to thank our media family and friends who has covered us extensively in Bombay and India completely to know this NatCon becomes a great success. So thank you, media. Hilton Hotel for giving us such amazing venue and making everything very well organized. W Hotels and Crown Plaza Hotel and their staff for making ensure all of us stay well and have a great time. Our organizing team, Tamarind Global, for making this event successful with the entire logistics, room, transportation, every affair. I would also like to thank TLG company, Nitin Mirani, who was our host and who has been with us for all 3 days. Usual, unusual, all what you see on the screen is been done by them. Ways, all our artwork and design taken care by them, and InSview. So thank you all our partners for making our event so successful. A big round of applause to all of you. Before I now want to thank all our sponsors for helping us out and making and supporting the event so successful, I would request each and every one of you to please come up on stage. I would like to start with our partner Broker Network, Mr. Sanjay Sahni, Mr. Sumesh Mishra, and Mr. Arjun Singh Shekhawat. Can we please have you on stage from Broker Network, please? They have been very supportive and they had made sure that we have a great NatCon, and we all should support their Broker Network app because it is a wonderful platform for them and all of us to make our business much better and simpler. So thank you very much, Broker Network. Can we have the President, Chairman, and President-elect felicitate them, please? Our crown partners, KNS Manufacturers, can we have them on stage, please? Our grand affair partner, Jaguar Group. Housing and finance partner, Tata Capital Housing Finance. Lanyard partner, Dorset Industries Private Limited. Virtual technology partner, Converse Group, Converse Spaces. ERP partner, Far Vision ERP. Lunch and amenity partner, Champion Infratech. I would request all the sponsors to please be on stage. We'll have one photo up together. Tea and cookie partner, Eco Ventures Private Limited. Banking partner, State Bank of India. Our associate partners, Deconic Profiles India Private Limited. Lubrizol, Advanced Materials India Private Limited. HOHM by Polycab. Our knowledge partners, Colliers India, JLL India, and Anurag Group. Can we have all of you on stage? Thank you very, very much. A big round of applause to all our sponsors, all our knowledge partners who made this entire event so successful. Thank you, sir. Requesting all state presidents, all VPs also to please facilitate and have a great photo op for all our sponsors. Please. Thank you very much to all our sponsors once again. Without you, this NatCon wouldn't have been successful. So big, big round of applause to all our sponsors, please. You all have been very, very supporting and had made this entire NatCon a record-breaking one. So thank you very much to all our sponsors. तालियां बजाइए दोस्तों, प्लीज तालियां बजाइए.
A quick mention, our hashtag is NatCon 2022. Please make sure you are tagging any photographs, any videos, any memories that you're creating. Please make sure you use the hashtag NatCon 2022 so we too can share those memories with you. Thank you very much.
Can we have someone from EVPL, please? No, no one from there. No. No. Thank you. This is a big sponsor list. We are very proud that CREDAI is always been supported by such sponsors.
And a round of applause for Mr. Dhaval as well. Let's give Dhaval a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I would also like to specially mention Mr. Nikhil Shah, who has been very active in our CREDAI app. He has been always updating about live events, about our events picture, parties. So a special mention to Mr. Nikhil Shah, who's been so active in our CREDAI NatCon app. Thank you to each and every one of you. This our NatCon app has been the highest usage, so thank you very much. Effort and this event wouldn't have been successful without the hard work of the entire team, the CREDAI National Secretariat team, who has been recklessly working without seeing any events, anything. So I would like to specially call each and every one of them on stage. Mr. Hari Krishna, Sonam, Manju, Ravi, who's not here, and Sunil Kumar, who's also not here, but a special round of applause for Hari and Manju. Please. They have worked day in and day out to ensure. Happy birthday, Hari. What better day than this? He's celebrating with the entire CREDAI family. A big round of applause to the entire CREDAI National Secretariat. Hello. We have a very action-packed last session coming up. We all are very excited for it. जितने लोग बाहर हैं, please अंदर आ जाइए. Because doors are going to get locked. So before the doors get locked, please come inside. Thank you very much, Hari, Sonam, Manju, for this amazing 3-day CREDAI event. It was amazing. Thank you. I should not forget the CREDAI MCHI team, which is also effortless work towards this. I would like to call each and every one up on stage. TD Joseph, Keval Valambia, Nawashish Singh, which happens to be his birthday as well. Harish Gupta, Charmi Parekh, Charmi Patel, Chirag Lashkaria, Bhagiri, Monica, Aniket, and Yash. Come on, guys. All your hard work is getting paid off. I should thank each and every one of them and clap every one of them, please. Clap everyone for one of them. Good job, guys. Get this going more. This team has also worked day in and day out. Actually, I must tell you, during the days of Diwali and New Year, they were working and they did not have holidays. The national team and the CREDAI MCHI team. So this is a very, very big thing. We should all give a big round of applause for them, for all their hard work which is paid off. We have seen NatCon being successful is because of this entire team at CREDAI National and CREDAI MCHI. Thank you. And now, my rock stars from the entire CREDAI MCHI fraternity who made this entire event successful. I must tell you, each and every one of them are developers working day in and day out for their company, but I think last 2 months, they've only worked for CREDAI NatCon. Pratik Patel, who made this entire event, hotel, logistics, and all what we see successful. Gaurav Thakkar, Prince of Nasik. What you see on these events is because of him. Binita Dalal, our constant force to make sure that we have the entire network and content proper. Rajesh Prajapati ji, to ensure we are covered entire PR everywhere in India. Please, please, taaliyan bajate raho, sir. Tejas Vyas, all what you see in this design, all what you see on your artwork, all your WhatsApp was done and handled by Tejas. Rushi Mehta, whatever you see on the content behind was done by him, and Harshul Savla. A big round of applause for this man. Also, the making the app so successful was done by Harshul, and the content was done by Israel Sheikh for ensuring all our transport, all our hotels are taken care. Abhishek Sharma for also ensuring all our hotels and transport is taken care. Where is Abhishek? And of course, Nikun Sangvi who was also part of this entire event team. So big round of applause for all of them. Have really slogged and ensure that we really make this event successful. Thank you very, very much. All you guys are rock stars.
Can we have Dhawal also in the picture with us?
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands for the core team. Give them a round of applause. नहीं नहीं यार मजा नहीं आ रहा है. Come on, come on, come on. Bring it up, bring it up. खुल के तालियां बजाइए. Because they've made all this possible for us. Please use our hashtag NatCon 2022. Any photographs, videos, memories that you are creating, please do share it with us. The hashtag NatCon 2022. Our next session is starting in 2 minutes, requesting everyone to move into the ballroom. If you're not in the ballroom, you will be missing out. An extremely entertaining, fun and exclusive session. So requesting everyone to move into the ballroom very quickly so we can begin our next session. And once again, I promise you it's going to be extremely fun, entertainment, and explosive.
You're not telling them about it. Guys, you know, too many people are crowded too much at the ends while there are a few empty seats out here in case you want to come from that side a little bit here. Or you all are very happy over there. Huh? Screen ke saath. Gentlemen and ladies in the front row, are you happy over there or would you like to come here a little more center? थोड़ा पीछे जाना पड़ेगा और बात है.
All right, I have a quick announcement, ladies and gentlemen. We have just found a diamond ring. Good. Now that you're paying attention, I just want to announce once again. Please come back into your ballroom. Ma'am, please call your friends. Get them back in. Call your colleagues. We know exactly what's going to be happening next. How many people know who's coming on next? Let me step into the audience and find out कि आपको पता है होने क्या वाला है next. Madam, आप बताइए. खड़े हो जाइए please. Please introduce yourself.
The great
आप पूरे सेशन में इतनी स्माइल आपने किसी के लिए नहीं दी है. एक बार फिर से इधर आ जाइए. Give a smile. See her face when she says Farhan Akhtar. फिर से बोलिए. फिर से बोलिए Farhan Akhtar. There you go. There you go. You're a fan? You're a fan of Farhan? Fabulous. What about you, madam? Are you a Farhan fan as well? We all are actually.
Of course.
Which movie you liked him in best?
जिंदगी ना मिलेगी दोबारा.
जिंदगी ना मिलेगी दोबारा. हाँ. Okay. What about you, madam? Today I'm talking to the ladies because you know why. हाँ जी बताइए. आप खड़े हो जाइए. आप तो बिल्कुल वोट लेने के लिए आ गई है. ठीक है. बताइए which film of his you love and what do you love about Farhan?
I think he's very philosophical, so yeah, and very natural actor. Yeah.
Correct. बिल्कुल सही जवाब. Ladies and gentlemen, तालियां बजाइए इनके लिए. Ma'am, here as well. I saw you smiling and clapping as well. Please stand up. Please tell us where you're from. We'll quickly get into our session. ये बताइए उल्टे हो जाइए. People have to see you. तो बताइए where you from?
From Chennai.
From Chennai. And you know who's coming on next?
Farhan Akhtar.
How excited are you? दिल से बोलिए.
Very excited.
Are you married?
Yes, of course.
ये भी पूछना पड़ता है because I saw a lot of married women taking off their rings. I don't know why they are taking off the rings. The Mangal Sutra is still on. So tell me, how would you describe Farhan in one word?
Talented.
Very good. Bilkul. Good. Good. I think we should be giving away prizes for these ones as well. All right. I think we are ready to go. It is my responsibility to make sure that you guys are all nicely warmed up because this is our final session of day 3. I think we have done a great job so far. What do you guys think? Yes? So let's get the clapping going. यार गाने में कंजूसी बिल्कुल मत कीजिएगा, शर्माने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, because that's what artists need. So ladies and gentlemen, we have of course had the amazing days of CREDAI NatCon, power-packed and insightful sessions. We have inspirational life stories, learnings, memories, and of course punchlines. Hello. You're taking that back? Bilkul. All right. But, you know, you've heard saying jack of all trades and master of none, right? But let me tell you, that is very long gone because our next speaker is the jack and master of all trades. We have amongst us somebody who breaks the mold and, of course, a mega star who is an actor, director, producer, singer par excellence. Everything touches is gold, and he is what I call a cult maker. Everything he's done is actually been cult. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. और बहुत प्यार, बहुत तालियां बजाइए and स्वागत कीजिए the one and only Mr. Farhan Akhtar. Can we have the AV, please? Gentlemen, please put your hands together for the one and only. Nay. Bring it up. Come on, make some noise for the one and only Farhan. वो आ गए. Come on. अभी तो तालियां बजाइए, आपने रोक क्यों दी? Come on, give a round of applause. Fantastic. Brilliant. All right, and Farhan, let me give you the mic, ask you. Yeah, please. बैठिए. Yeah, please. Anyway, sir. चलिए. All right, let's quickly... for our session, I think I've got somebody I'm also very excited about. So for our moderator for this session is somebody who's equally a rock star as well. Put your hands together for Baman sir. Come on, taaliyan bajaiye. Come on.
I'm going to shut this off so we have no problem. Yeah, everybody knows Farhan. Farhan, do you know everybody?
Hi everyone, good afternoon.
Very importantly,
I'm sure by the end of this session I'll know everyone.
You will. You'll be taking up pictures with a few people because I've promised them to move inside because they're all standing outside.
For sure.
So this is the way it goes. Farhan, after today, you need to make real estate investments in any part of the country. All you have to do is call CREDAI. And we'll put you in touch with developers everywhere.
That's the only reason I came here, actually. And I think now my work is done. Thanks so much. It was wonderful.
So where do we begin? Farhan, I'm going to try and connect this with the real estate industry. You know, the movie industry and the real estate industry have so much in common. We have glamour. No. You all have the glamour. We try to make the buildings that are glamorous. And, you know, we try to do all these things. So first questions first. You know, a lot of our real estate developers are from a generation earlier. And there is this, right? I've heard that you started off under somebody else. How was that? I mean, did your dad have to pull any strings to get you there? Did you just make it on your own? What is the way we should kind of get the next gen in?
You know, to be absolutely honest, I went through a very strange phase in my life where I was studying something in college that didn't interest me. So I did what all students who have other plans do. I stopped going to college, you know, and just started watching a lot of movies because that used to interest me. And that really worried my parents. It worried my father, it worried my mother. And they really thought that I'm completely lost, completely aimless, and nothing good is going to come. So for that reason, I didn't want to go to him or to my mother and ask them to like kind of help me out in any kind of way. I thought there was a certain, for the lack of a term, like an angry young man, you know, who wanted to like prove wrong. So that's why I went off and started doing my own thing, and then finally went back to them. My dad first heard of Dil Chahta Hai when I had finished writing the script, cast Amir in it, cast everyone. That's when I went and told him I'm making this movie.
You're kidding me, seriously. I mean, you went out there and took it off the deep end, decided to become a director, and not launch yourself as an actor? In Dil Chahta Hai, why weren't you there?
Maybe you should see some photographs of mine from that time. That'll probably explain why I didn't. No, I wasn't ready to act. I was very, very interested in writing and in directing. So that was my dream. All of that. Acting is in that painting, is in that design. As to what